Hey, what's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. NFL Cowboys news. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're always in the loop when we drop fresh content. We've got a lot to talk about today because we're diving into one of the hottest topics this offseason for America's team: the potential free agent targets for the Dallas Cowboys, as analyzed by ESPN. From possible returns of familiar faces to the acquisition of big-name stars, the Cowboys could be in a prime position to make some major roster moves. Now, we know that the Cowboys have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL right now, but they've come up short in the playoffs for the past few seasons, and the road to the Super Bowl isn't going to get any easier. With the NFC East as competitive as ever and the Cowboys still trying to solidify themselves as true contenders, now's the time to get serious about making moves. So today, we'll be taking a look at some key free agent targets: Amari Cooper, Stefon Diggs, and Kyzir White, that could really help the Cowboys take that next step toward a championship. Whether it's strengthening the offense with top-tier receivers or improving the defense with another versatile linebacker, the Cowboys have a real chance to upgrade their roster. So, let's break it all down. Get comfy, grab a snack, and let's dive into these potential free agent targets. Alright, let's start with a name that everyone in Cowboys Nation knows well: Amari Cooper. The wide receiver was one of the focal points of the Cowboys offense during his time in Dallas, forming a dynamic duo with quarterback Dak Prescott. But in 2022, Cooper was traded to the Cleveland Browns in what many fans thought was a surprising move. The Cowboys decided to trade away the former Pro Bowler to clear some cap space and focus on other areas of the roster. Since then, we've seen CeeDee Lamb step up as the true number one receiver, but the Cowboys' receiving core has lacked the same star power and depth they had when Cooper was there. So, could the Cowboys potentially look to bring back Amari Cooper in 2025? There's a real possibility that the Cowboys could reunite with Cooper, and ESPN has been reporting that the team might explore this option. Let's break down why this could be a smart move for the Cowboys. First off, while CeeDee Lamb has definitely emerged as the Cowboys' top receiver, there are still some concerns with the depth at wide receiver. Michael Gallup has shown flashes of his old self but hasn't quite returned to his pre-injury form, and behind Lamb, there are questions about consistency and reliability. Adding Cooper back to the mix would give Dak Prescott another proven target, someone who has established chemistry with him and can help stretch the field. Now, we know Cooper has had a bit of a roller coaster year in Cleveland, but he's still a very talented receiver. He finished 2023 with over 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns, so he's still got plenty left in the tank. His ability to run precise routes, create separation, and be a reliable target in critical moments would be invaluable to the Cowboys' offense. Plus, Cooper's experience in Dallas could play a huge role in helping the team continue to build on their offensive identity. From a salary cap perspective, the Cowboys are going to have to get creative. They would need to find ways to clear cap space and structure a deal that doesn't create long-term financial strain. But bringing Cooper back doesn't necessarily have to break the bank, and it could be a smart move in the long run if the Cowboys want to take that next step towards Super Bowl contention. Pairing him with CeeDee Lamb gives Dak Prescott an elite duo at wide receiver, and that's a huge advantage when you're facing some of the league's top defenses. And don't forget about the playoff implications. Having that extra firepower could be the key to getting past teams like the 49ers, Eagles, and others in the NFC. Ultimately, bringing back Amari Cooper would not only be a familiar and cost-effective solution, but it would also fill a significant need in the Cowboys' offense. Whether it's his experience, skill set, or just the fact that he knows the system and has great rapport with Dak Prescott, this could be a move that makes a lot of sense for the Cowboys. Now, let's talk about a player that would absolutely make a splash in the NFL: Stefon Diggs. I know, this sounds like a dream trade target, but stay with me here. Diggs, one of the best wide receivers in the league, has been a mainstay for the Buffalo Bills for several years, but rumors have started to swirl that he might be on the move. Could the Dallas Cowboys pull off a blockbuster trade to acquire Diggs? When we talk about top-tier wide receivers, Diggs is in that conversation. His ability to run routes with precision, his incredible hands, and his ability to make clutch plays in big moments make him one of the top offensive weapons in the NFL. What makes this even more intriguing is that, according to various sources, there have been reports of some tension between Diggs and the Buffalo Bills organization, especially after the team's loss in the playoffs. The question is, could the Cowboys be in a position to capitalize on this potential rift and bring Diggs to Dallas? Imagine this, Stefon Diggs lining up opposite CeeDee Lamb. That's a dynamic duo that would be a nightmare for defensive coordinators. Both players have the ability to break open any game with their speed, route running ability, and athleticism. It would instantly make the Cowboys' offense one of the most potent in the league, and Dak Prescott would have two elite weapons at his disposal. Diggs is a proven game-changer who can stretch the field and make plays in all areas of the field from deep passes to short yardage situations. Diggs can do it all. So, how would the Cowboys acquire Diggs? Well, we're talking about a trade, and given Diggs' stature in the league, it wouldn't come cheap. The Cowboys would likely need to give up a couple of high-round draft picks, possibly a player or two, and clear cap space to make this work. But with the Cowboys in their current situation competitive, but still needing that one final piece to make a legitimate Super Bowl run, this could be the move that takes them over the top. If the Cowboys were able to secure Stefon Diggs, they would not only add an elite receiver, but they'd also send a message to the entire league that they are all in on this season. The combination of Diggs and Lamb would be an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses, and it would give Dak Prescott the chance to lead a high-powered offense with two of the best wide receivers in the league. The question now is, will the Cowboys be willing to part with the necessary assets to pull off this kind of deal? Time will tell, but if they do, it could completely change the landscape of the NFC. Now, let's shift gears to the defensive side of the ball. The Dallas Cowboys defense has been one of the team's strongest assets in recent seasons, with players like Micah Parsons and Stefon Diggs leading the charge. But one area that still needs improvement is linebacker depth. Enter Kyzir White, the versatile linebacker who has made waves with the Philadelphia Eagles. White would be an excellent fit for the Cowboys, and here's why. The Cowboys have a strong pass rush, but adding another linebacker like White would give them the flexibility they need to be more dominant on all levels of the defense. White has great sideline-to-sideline range and is known for his ability to cover running backs and tight ends in the passing game. He's also a solid tackler who can stuff the run, which is something the Cowboys need to improve on. Dan Quinn, the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, has built one of the most aggressive and adaptable defenses in the NFL. White would give him another weapon in the middle of the field. He could play inside or outside linebacker, and his versatility would allow Quinn to create a defense that is even more unpredictable and difficult to scheme against. Moreover, White has experience in high-stakes playoff games, having been a key contributor on the Eagles' Super Bowl run, and that experience could be invaluable in tight postseason games. With Leighton Vander Esch's future in question and Micah Parsons needing some help in coverage, White could step in and immediately provide a boost. He's a reliable linebacker who can contribute on all three downs, making him a perfect fit for Quinn's system. His ability to handle different responsibilities in the middle of the field would allow the Cowboys to become even more aggressive in pass coverage while still being able to shut down the run game. In terms of fit, Kyzir White would be a significant addition to an already elite defense. He's not only a playmaker but a leader who could step into the locker room and help take the defense to the next level. This would be another move to solidify the Cowboys as true Super Bowl contenders. Now, let's take a step back and look at how these potential acquisitions fit into the Cowboys' long-term plans. The Cowboys are in a win-now mode, with their core group of players, particularly Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb still in their prime. The NFC East is as competitive as ever, with teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants improving year over year. The Cowboys know that they need to capitalize on their current window of opportunity. Bringing in Amari Cooper could provide the offensive stability and depth they need at wide receiver. Stefon Diggs would give them a true number one receiver to pair with Lamb and create one of the most dangerous receiving corps in the league. And adding Kyzir White would solidify the defense, giving the Cowboys another versatile linebacker to complement Parsons and enhance their defensive scheme. Financially, the Cowboys will need to get creative, but it's all about making those bold, high-impact moves that could push them over the edge. The combination of these free agent targets, if the Cowboys are able to land them, would not only improve their chances for success in the regular season but would set them up for a deep playoff run. And that's a wrap for today's video. We've covered some major free agent targets that could help the Cowboys take the next step in their journey toward the Super Bowl. Whether it's bringing back Amari Cooper, making a splash with Stefon Diggs, or bolstering the defense with Kyzir White, there are plenty of exciting possibilities ahead for the Cowboys this off-season. But what do you think? Would you like to see any of these players in a Cowboys uniform? Or do you think the Cowboys should go in a different direction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth Cowboys analysis, news, and updates. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.